Hey y'all. Before I start, I want to say rest easy Black Panther, aka Chadwick Boseman. I found out this past, well, everybody found out this past Friday, I'm guessing that he passed away from colon cancer at the age of 43. Chad, um, Chad Boseman not only played Black Panther, but he played Jackie Robinson in a movie that was good, but a movie that I can't remember the name of right now. But I just want to say if his family watches this, I'm praying for you. I'm sorry for your loss. I didn't meet Chadwick Boseman personally, but he seemed like a he seemed like a great guy, and I'm sorry for your loss. 43 doesn't sound like an age to you to it all. But but with that, I want to go into something that kind of ties into the message a bit here. Now, this sermon today from the title, it's entitled Voices. And the kind of voices I'm talking about is between the devil and between God. Now, as a pastor, I actually think God's given me a pretty good ability to decipher between his voice and the devil's voice. But if we're not careful, if we don't really listen, if we don't take the time to separate ourselves from our own wants and our own desires, those two voices can start to sound very similar. The devil, because he's the father of our lies and the father of our manipulations. And maybe maybe we just don't want to hear what God had to say to us. Or maybe we're just not ready to hear what God had to say to us. And that's fine. But listening to the devil then will be like he's the worst mistake you're ever gonna make. I want to talk about the thing to watch out for, the thing to be on the lookout for between the devil's voice and God's voice. I just won't help you every time, but will help you decipher between the two. Genesis 3. Genesis 3 verses 4. Now the serpent was more cunning than any beast of the field which the Lord God has made. And he said to the woman, had God said you shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said to them, we may eat the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit which is in the midst of the garden, God has said you shall not eat, nor shall you touch it, yet you die. Now I'm proud of Eve right here for quoting what the creator of the universe said to Adam and her. But for the serpent's crafty here. Then the serpent said to the woman, you shall not surely die. For God knows that in the day you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. So when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, that it was pleasant to the eye, and a tree desirable to make one wise, she took of its fruit and ate. She also gave to her husband with her, and he ate. Then both eyes were open and they knew that they were naked. A yacht to unpack right there. First of all, let's hop up a bit to verse 3. Yeah, verse 4, excuse me. Then the serpent said to the woman, "You are not, so you die. For God knows that in the day you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." That's the first tactic the devil will try. The devil will try to make you think that God's keeping something from you, that you're missing out on something. And he'll try to make you, he'll also try to make you think that what God said, he said you shall surely die. He'll also try to make you think that what God said to you, the command that he's given you, isn't as bad as it sounds. But we know, we know from the rest of the story that it is. Yes, well, not back up a bit, but yeah, just see here. And the devil will also try to make you think that, I mean, here's one thing I don't understand. God was the creator of Adam and Eve. God created them, right? God created the whole universe, not just them. But this outsider is trying to make them think that he knows better than the one who created them. That God is for some reason, somehow trying to keep something from them, keep something from them that'll be good for them, keep something from that. Just for some reason they're trying to do that. Guys, listen to me very, very, very carefully. God will never try to keep anything that is good from you. Now, his ways are higher than our ways. His thoughts are higher than our thoughts. He knew what the tree would do. He knew it. But all he said to them was, "Don't eat of it. I'm your creator. I'm God. I made you. I know you inside and out. Do not eat of the tree. Do not eat of what I'm commanding you not to. You can eat of every other tree of the garden. You can even eat of the tree of life if you want. But the tree of good and evil, I'm testing you with that. I'm saying don't eat of it. 'Cause I don't have to explain what it'll do to you, but I just need you to trust me. 'Cause I'm your creator, and I know way more than you do. I formed you. Adam, I formed out of the dust of the ground. Eve, I formed out of a rib of Adam. So I know what I'm talking about, 'cause being your creator and everything. But that's what the devil will try to do. He'll try to make you think, yeah, you're missing out on something. Yeah, you're, yeah, you're not even to your full potential. Yeah, God trying to hold you down for some reason, which he will never do. Because honestly, God just knows way more than you ever will. The guys, the products of the devil, and the like that may promise happiness, but as we see at the end of the story, they'll only lead to destruction. Like God eventually found out that they've eaten from the tree of good and evil. I say found out, but he already knew, because he's omnipresent and omniverse like that. So God found out that they've eaten from the tree. He cast them out of paradise. He severely heightened these pain of childbirth, and he said to Adam he will work the field. He Before this happened, they didn't have to do anything but trust God. But instead they trusted an outsider who they'd never met before. And hey, I get it. I get it. Sometimes the devil voice and God voice could sound intermingled, but they couldn't be further apart from each other because the devil did not love you. The devil did not love you as God does. The devil did not love you, period. The devil only seeks one thing, and that is to destroy you and to destroy God. But he knows he cannot destroy God directly, so he focuses on his children. He focuses on his creation. Oh, people. God wants the absolute best for you. He does. I promise you that. Whatever he's telling you to do, it's for the perfect reason. But whatever the devil telling you to do, I can promise you it'll only end in destruction and misery. Because that's all he knows. He wants everyone to be as miserable and as unhappy as he is. Because ultimately, I think he knows how this is all going to end. It's going to end with God standing victorious, casting him, death, and sin into the lake of fire where they belong, where they rot forever and ever. Because ultimately, God's going to have the victory. And I don't know about you, but I want to be on the winning side when he does. Guys, I love you. God bless you. I'm be praying for you. Stay safe, stay smart, stay wise, stay in God. And I'll stay next